On the hunt for comfortable, timeless Western boots? You already know the best place to shop for quality boots is at your local Tacova store. So stop by Tacovas Nashville at the Mall at Green Hills or on Broadway by Ryman Auditorium. That's right, you now have 2 locations to choose from. Grab a cold one as you shop and get fitted by a pro. Tacovas Nashville is at your service, and you can find your perfectly fitted dream boots with the help of their expert staff. Everyone will be asking where you got your sick new boots, but I won't be asking because I know they must be Tacovas. That's TECOVAS.com. Don't go gently, y'all. Today on CityCast Nashville, we've got your update on what happened at Metro Council this week. We're also going to talk about how to organize and volunteer for campaigns leading up to the November election and give you a quick update on a local congressman who's in some hot water with the FBI. Finally, we've got a new segment, 1-star reviews of Nashville's iconic institutions. I think you'll love it. I'm joined by executive producer Whitney Pastrick and one of our favorite regular contributors, Metro Council expert and Nashville Scene columnist Nicole Williams. CityCast Nashville is presented by our exclusive launch sponsor, Tacovas. And hey, stay tuned for our Tacovas Don't Go Gently tip for this weekend at the end of the show. It's August 9th. I'm your host, Grace Fuse, and this is what Nashville's talking about. All right, Nicole, let's start off with what happened in Metro Council this week. Tell me about this resolution about political violence.
Y'all know I love drama. Like that,
Yes.
I live for drama.
Yes.
Right? Metro Council is drama. And I keep trying to convince people of this, but nobody believes me. So at the last council meeting, Councilmember Courtney Johnston, who is a Republican from the Creve Hall area, introduced a resolution to condemn the assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump. The only problem with that was that she introduced it late. And the way that the council rules work is if 2 people object to hearing any legislation that is late filed, the council doesn't consider it.
Right.
So 2 council members raised their hand. They said, we don't want to consider this tonight. Courtney Johnston stormed out, huffing and puffing.
Yes, she took her ball and went home. And then promptly lost her congressional primary against Andy Ogles.
She did. And this is foreshadowing. So everyone remember that name, Andy Ogles. So this past council meeting on Tuesday, she reintroduced the same resolution, exactly the same language, but this time she filed it well in advance of the council meeting. Councilmember at large, Delicia Porterfield, was like, okay, but what about all the other political violence that has happened in America's history? So she introduces a substitute resolution. Stay with me. A substitute resolution would essentially rewrite Courtney Johnston's whole resolution. And instead of focusing on the assassination attempt, it would basically focus on all of the political violence. All of it.
Like ever?
Yes. Yeah. If you read the resolution, it goes back basically to the founding of our nation.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's kind of a masterful
enough.
troll, if you
it's
ask me.
wild. It's wild. So Courtney Johnston was not super thrilled about that. And right before the council meeting, I have it on good authority that Courtney Johnston and Delicia Porterfield were being essentially like taken to the principal's office. So they went in and met with the vice mayor, Angie Henderson. And apparently she brokered some kind of truce. So the council heard both of the resolutions and they approved both of them. And I'm super appreciative of Vice Mayor Henderson because otherwise it would have been a super duper late night for me at the council.
Right. Well, and I mean, that's really what's most important. The other thing that caught my eye this week, Nicole, and we don't need to go into the whole how a charter amendment works, but basically there was a charter amendment that had been proposed to go on this November's ballot, lowering the age that you need to be to run for Metro Council to 18. It's currently 25. And they had proposed to lower that to 18 so that more people would get involved. This sounds like a great idea to me.
I think it's really cool.
Yes, I also think it's a great idea. So the charter currently says, as Whitney noted, you have to be 25 years old to be on the Metro Council. That's not true a lot of places. And in fact, you only have to be 21 to be in the State House of Representatives. So there's like 4 years where you could be a state representative, but you couldn't be a Metro Council member. Yeah. And that was one of the arguments that the sponsor of this amendment, Councilmember John Rutherford, made as he was trying to convince people to vote for it. Unfortunately, there were some concerns about the specific language that Councilmember Rutherford used in the resolution. So instead of just saying you have to be 18 years old, he said you have to be a qualified voter as defined in state law. Because when they were considering this during the committee process, people had questions about, like, what if you turn 18 at 11:59 p.m. on August 22nd? Like, it was just getting confusing. Right. So he was just like, let's just use qualified voter. Everyone knows that's 18. Done. Right.
Right. But apparently not.
Apparently not. So some council members were concerned that by saying that and by tying it to state law, we might be inviting the state to do a little mischief and basically change the state law to define who a qualified voter is differently.
They do like to mess with us. But Nicole, real talk, how much of this is about the language of the charter amendment itself, and how much is because certain members of our, let's say, mayoral administration just want there to be one special category on November's ballot, and that's vote yes or no on transit?
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh.
Yeah, Whitney, I think you might be a little bit onto something there. There's, like, I don't know if y'all have heard about this, but there's this transit improvement plan. And you might have heard about it. You might have talked about it. And a lot of council members were like, some of these charter amendments we're discussing have so much merit, but I want to spend the next 90 days campaigning just for transit. So ultimately, they decided to defer all of the amendments that they were talking about to 2026.
Good Lord.
Yeah, so get ready for a super long ballot in 2026.
But also, like, Grace, can I ask you a personal question, Grace?
Please.
Are you capable of holding more than one idea in your head at the same time?
Personally, yeah. But
I just think it's so condescending to say, no, we must only approach the voters with transit right now, because if we distract them with another shiny thing, they'll forget what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
when you were saying that, I was like, oh, so it would take me one more second to vote?
Yeah, and to be fair, the mayor's administration did not officially weigh in on any of the charter amendments. They didn't put their thumb on the scale, as far as I know, at least not directly. But there was a general aura about the discussion that, like, let's all focus on transit. And one of the council members made a point to say, you know, it's not that I don't trust the voters to be able to walk and chew gum at the same time. It's just that I don't want my focus to be distracted from campaigning all in for transit.
Right.
Which to me, like, maybe you should also be able to walk and chew gum at the same time.
You mentioned to me that there's a bunch of ways that people who think they possibly could walk and chew gum at the same time could get involved in Metro government right now. What is this, Nicole?
Yeah, so there are 2 boards right now that have an opening that the council is going to nominate people to fill. The Short-Term Rental Appeals Board, which I serve on.
Ooh.
So if you like me and you want to hang out with me, you should be on it. It's the coolest place. Nashville's hottest club is. And the Procurement Standards Board. So you can, like, Google both of those and figure out more about what they do and see if it's something you might be interested in. And then if it is something you're interested in, you can contact your Metro District Council member. If you don't know how to do that, I am happy to walk you through that. You can contact me either on the platform formerly known as Twitter. My handle is @StartlesEasily, or you can email me at startleseasily@gmail.com.
Or you can find Nicole with her laptop at Metro Council meetings. We've talked about that before.
Yes.
Yes. But if I wanted to be involved in a different way, how could I help with campaigning or organizing as we're moving towards the November election?
Ooh, that's a great question. Believe it or not, Nashville is actually a place where a little bit of effort on your part can make a huge difference. So if you feel like you want to get more involved heading into the November election outside of just posting on social media and sending memes to your friends, my first recommendation would be to find a candidate who you believe in. It doesn't have to be in your district. And in fact, some of the most interesting races in Nashville this election season are right outside of Nashville. Find a candidate who you believe in and who you want to fight for. Reach out to that campaign. If they are a good candidate, they will have a way to contact them on their website. And then they will probably say, well, what would you like to do? Now, I know that a lot of people, when I say you should go canvass, which means knocking on doors and talking to people about the candidate and the issues, think that's unappealing. But campaigns also need people to make phone calls. They need people to put stamps on postcards or stuff envelopes. They need people who want to drive around lawn signs. There's ways you can help where you get to talk to a whole bunch of people. There's ways you can help where you don't have to talk to a single solitary human soul. It just has to start with you truly believing in this person who you're going to go work for. Because if you don't believe in them, you're not going to do the work.
Okay, well, one person who will not be making any phone calls.
Oh, no.
Sup with Andy Ogles' cell phone, ladies.
Congressman Andy Ogles, he represents the 5th District here in Tennessee. He recently won the primary against Courtney Johnston to run for his current seat again. He had his cell phone seized by the FBI on Friday. Phil Williams, speaking of people who live for drama, Phil Williams of News Channel 5 got the scoop, of course, and Ogles confirmed it. The FBI is investigating his financial disclosures from 2022, where he had, wait for it, over $1 million in discrepancies, including the claim that he loaned his campaign $320,000 of his own money. That raised some eyebrows, and News Channel 5 once again investigated and discovered that Ogles couldn't possibly afford to loan himself that amount of cash because he, in fact, doesn't even have a savings account.
Brutal.
Andy Ogles is saying he'll fully cooperate. This is not the first time he's been caught in some mistruths. Do we think this will have any impact on him at all?
No.
I hope the impact is that he gets a financial planner. Seriously, what are you talking about? I have a savings account. You know? Andy, please.
I mean, he makes good money as a congressperson to just be up there saying all manner of crazy nonsense.
Yeah, it's true.
But what I will judge him on is the fact that he claimed he was an economist.
Right. Right.
And yet...
Here's what I'll say, Grace. I would like to give Congressman Andy Ogles 1 star.
Great transition, Whitney. Flawless. Okay, we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we're going to do our fun little game. 1-star reviews. I can't wait.
Fun game.
Fun game.
We love fun games.
All right, introducing our brand new game show. Whitney and I are going to be reading some 1-star reviews from local Nashville iconic institutions. And Nicole is going to do her best to guess what place we're talking about. Okay, I think we'll just alternate. Whitney, do you want to start?
I'm happy to. And Nicole, this should be no problem for you. You're a native Nashvilleian.
Most of them will be easy.
Yeah, you've got this. Don't be stressed.
Let's have low expectations. Can we do Biden going into the first debate expectations?
Sure.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Thank you.
This is the first one. All right. It is expensive to see any band here. Also, obstructed view means there is a friggin' pole sitting in the pew with you, but they are still happy to take your money.
Okay, the giveaway there was pew.
That's what I was going to say.
Ding, 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 ding.
Rhyme and auditorium.
That is correct.
Ooh,
That is correct.
The pole and the pew are giveaways for sure.
The pole and the pew.
That's a great band. I love them. Saw them at Coachella a couple years ago.
Pole and the pew. All right. Here's your next one. Found pubic hair in my food, front and center. Absolutely disgusting. Do better.
Oh my gosh.
Think of, Nicole, I want you to think of the last place where you think you might find a pubic hair in your food that is a
Front and center.
Nashville institution.
Not on the side of the plate, front and center.
Is that supposed to be a hint?
No.
No.
It's just
No,
where the
this one
pubic
is
hair
hard.
was.
This one is
The
hard.
last place. Ruth's Chris Steakhouse? Like,
I'm sorry, no, that we were looking for Loveless Cafe.
no.
No. Gasp. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I mean, I don't know. Whitney, that was not very helpful. Where's the last place you would expect
I think
to
of
find?
Loveless as being very like godly.
Oh,
Everybody has pubic
okay.
hair, Whitney. Okay, you're going to like this one, I think. All I have to say is I'm extremely disappointed. No Taylor Swift shirts. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Nothing. Absolutely disrespectful and outrageous. Taylor is a legend and deserves better. Not being able to get a shirt ruined my daughter's day. This was the part of Nashville she was looking forward to the most. I hope you do better in the future so more kids don't leave in tears.
She left in tears?
Yeah.
You could get a Taylor Swift shirt anywhere.
Not at this
But not
iconic
here.
Nashville institution.
Y'all, I'm tanking.
I also
Like,
don't
this
believe
is
them.
I don't believe them either.
Embarrassing. So is this a clothing store?
No. It's a gift shop.
It's a gift shop.
Well, I mean, it's the gift shop of this institution.
Cracker Barrel? I mean, that's not a Nashville institution. I'm so confused.
Perhaps you could find merch for other artists. And Taylor Swift would have a presence in this place.
Nissan Stadium?
No, ma'am.
I have no clue.
Okay, well, it's the Country Music Hall of Fame. Don't go if you're looking for Taylor Swift
Oh.
merch. Apparently, again, I don't believe them.
Y'all, this is embarrassing.
You'll be able to get this one, Nicole. Are you ready?
Okay, I need an easy one. Come on, y'all.
As a local Nashvilleian, I will never forgive the Gaylord people for tearing down our theme park.
Opry Mills.
There you go. That's it. Ding, 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 ding.
You got it.
The mall that replaced everyone's childhood amusement park.
Okay, this one I have to give you a couple like blanks, you know, because they said the name of the place a couple times.
Okay, fair.
Beware! No loud woot woots allowed. I have been going to blank from the beginning. I so love the blank, and tonight was the first series that I've been able to attend this season. I have always cheered along with the songs and definitely love to cheer on the songwriters. They are the true stars. Tonight I was told that I was being too loud with my cheering and will be escorted out if I do not stop. What the heck? This has totally broke my heart. I can no longer cheer on our American country songs without being disciplined.
The Bluebird Cafe.
That's
Ding,
correct.
ding,
Very
ding.
good. She's making a
Absolutely.
comeback. She's coming
I'm
back.
making a comeback, y'all.
Great. Let's do one
fantastic.
more.
Okay, let's do one more. I love this one the most. Now, Nicole, this is truly iconic in Nashville with the literal and metaphoric description, this place. All right, are you
I
ready?
just want to point out, I answered Cracker Barrel.
That's okay. I think
Yeah.
you'll
Like-
get this one.
You said iconic Nashville. I said Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
You did.
And Cracker Barrel.
We were going to just let it go, but since you want to call attention to it, we'll let you do that. All right, here we go. You ready? Last one.
Yeah.
This place is an abomination. God is not pleased with our country having idolatry. The blank is cursed and God's judgment is upon it.
Idolatry.
Yeah, that's the key here.
Who are we idolizing?
I'll remind you that the nickname of Nashville, one of Nashville's many nicknames, is the Athens of the South.
The Parthenon?
That was too much of a clue.
It's a 20-minute podcast. It's cursed and God's judgment is upon it.
Oh my goodness. Someone fell recently, like by the Parthenon,
Because it's
and we had to
cursed.
settle a lawsuit with
It's
them.
the curse.
It's the curse.
Woof.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know it was cursed. That is helpful information, actually. News you can use.
One
And
star.
speaking of news you can use.
Nice.
Now it's time for your Tecovas Don't Go Gently tip for the weekend. It's Tomato Art Fest weekend, so head for East Nashville and soak up the creative community vibes. Be first in line for breakfast at Sky Blue Cafe on Fatherland when it opens at 8 a.m. I personally recommend the hot chicken biscuit because I personally struggled to find savory, eggless options as an eggless girl. You'll be in the perfect place to cheer on the Tomato 5K runners as they go by. Walk off the meal with a stroll through historic Edgefield on your way to East End, where the always quirky Tomato Parade kicks off at 9 a.m. at 12th and Russell and ends with a giant tomato mural in 5 Points. Don't go gently, going to Covas.
Nicole, I want to thank you so much for trying out our new game show today.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nicole.
Yeah, that's super fun. And I'm happy to be the guinea pig for any future game shows.
Great.
You know, you can't win them all.
It's true.
True. And you didn't. That's all for today here on CityCast Nashville. Our executive producer is Whitney Pastrek. Our producer is Marie Cecile Anderson, but she was on vacation this week, and we want to thank Elizabeth Kama for stepping in. Elizabeth, you rock. Our Hey Nashville newsletter editor is Margaret Kingsbury, and our theme music is by Prof Jenkins. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend? Rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Nashville newsletter. We'll be back Monday morning with more news from around the city. Bye!